howdy ho. Good morning. It's a Tuesday. It's Tony Curry's checking a few minutes here on Facebook Live. Got a monster day of shows here on Tony Curry Radio. Adapter Parish is, it's called Adapter Parish from Adapted Gent. It's a super cool show. It's with Dr. Alex Hubline and Dr. Josh Claypo. That show runs at noon and 8 coming up today. And of course, we'll have Livewire Wednesday going on tomorrow. Mission Minded tomorrow. We got Blues Almighty coming up on Thursday. Blues Almighty will be the 20th episode with Austin Hanks. And he will have Billy F. Flippin' Gibbons from ZZ Top on the show on Thursday. So make sure you listen at noon and 8 on Thursday right here on Tony Curry Radio. You can go to the App Store, Android Store, download the Tony Curry Radio app. That's Curry with a K. And you can hear Billy Gibbons on my radio station exclusively on Thursday for the 20th episode with Blues Almighty's Austin Hanks. The Damon Johnson Show on Friday, and also a show called When in Rome as the Jazz Fest continues down in New Orleans. We heard from The Who. We're from the Neville Brothers. Who else is down there? Randy Newman's down there. Just an incredible lineup of great stuff. We'll talk about that coming up on Friday with When in Rome with Stuart Rome from the Woodhouse Day Spa, birmingham.woodhousespas.com. I don't want to really talk about this, but I feel like I need to. The whole Naomi Judd thing is just racking my brain. And I've talked to several people that really don't understand depression. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. She was supposed to be inducted, of course, into the Country Music Hall of Fame this past Sunday, and of course her daughters were there. Damn it. Depression is an absolute booger. I have, Sam Rushing, good morning. I have been surrounded by depression pretty much ever since I was a little boy. My mom suffered a horrible bout with depression for nearly 50 years. I didn't understand it until later on in life. It was the most bizarre thing because one morning she'd be dancing around the house singing, John Anderson's Swinging, and making me scrambled eggs in high school, and then the next minute she was in bed pretty much for 6 or 7 years, and was totally inoperable and just couldn't get moving. I just didn't understand it. I didn't know if it was menopause. I didn't know if it was something that women just went through. And again, I was young and it was ignorant and it was kind of goofy. And the one thing about depression that I think a lot of people don't understand is Naomi had mentioned in her book and in her short documentary that she would go on the road with Winona, and the minute she'd get home, she would go straight to the couch, and she said she spent 3 years on the couch. She didn't practice good hygiene. She didn't shower for weeks on end. She didn't eat right, and she just went into this hellhole, she called it, and she just couldn't come out. And it's weird because when you're around people that have mental illness, a lot of people will see them when they're out, whether it's on stage or whether it's at church or whether it's out with their family or it's an Easter celebration or something. They'll go, they look fine to me. They look great. She looks so happy, or he looks so happy. How's this possible? You throw in the fact that Naomi was a 76-year-old. A lot of people just think that 76-year-olds, they get depressed only when they're in nursing homes. She was rich. She was famous. She was beautiful. How is this possible? How could she not get the help that she needed so she wouldn't end her life soon enough? And the report came out, I guess, late last night that she actually did commit suicide. I'm not sure how she did that. It doesn't matter. But if you know somebody, since it is Mental Health Awareness Month, that that is suffering through depression, be there for them, support them, and talk to them. There are all kinds of wonderful medicines. There are great medicinal takes for depression. There's also a lot of therapy. I know that normally when you go through, and again, I've been around it my entire life. When you have mental depression, whether it's clinical or anything else, you have to obviously take your medications, but you also need to seek therapy. They go hand in hand. You can't just throw medicine at something and just hope it gets better, because there's all kinds of different medicines. Some medicines work, some medicines don't. Sometimes you have to mix medicines. There's all kinds of different things, and it changes because our lives are changing, our bodies are changing. And having been around it for so long, there are so many times where you'll be around somebody who's got mental depression or anxiety, and you'll see them out and they'll seem normal. And you're like, wow, they look great. You know, I get friends of mine that come up to me, oh, she looked wonderful, or he looked great. She must be really doing well, or he must be really doing well. And then they get back home and you see the realness of it. And it's a booger bear, man. I'm here to tell you. It is absolutely devastating when you have no hope in your life. It can be fixed. You can get better. And if you're out there right now and you're suffering from it, I'm not talking about just having a bad day. Dr. Josh, I wish he was here today, but he would tell you that anytime you go more than 2 to 3 weeks where, quite frankly, you're just having a hard time focusing, you're out of your routine, and quite frankly, you just lose hope. The things that you love the most in your life, whether it's gardening or whether it's cutting grass or whether it's a hobby of yours or maybe it's even your children or your husband or your wife, and you're just having a difficult time finding hope in those areas of your life, the things that you really, truly love, they're just not important anymore. And you're going through that for 2 to 3 weeks, then it's probably time to find some help. Don't be ashamed of it. I love the fact that a lot of athletes and a lot of celebrities have come to the forefront and brought this to our attention, because we think just because you got money and a great family and you're rich and golly, you got 1 million followers, what is there to be depressed about? That you can fight through it. Sometimes you can. But if it's a clinical depression, you got the mental part of your brain just not working, the wiring is not working. And maybe you have been traumatized by a lot of different things in your life. It's not something that just a pill can fix. And again, I implore you to remember that if someone says they're mentally depressed, or have severe anxiety, and they suffer from depression, don't just assume that because they're having a great day, and thank the Lord they're having a great day. It's a blessing that they're having a great day. Don't think that all of a sudden it's gone, because it's not. It's something that you have to nurture. It's something you have to work at. It's something you have to be challenged by, and you have to get through it. And there are all kinds of great doctors and medicines that can help you do that. So continue to go help out with those people and be there for them. And don't just assume that because someone's having a great run of 3 or 4 days that all of a sudden it's over, because it normally isn't. The other thing I'll say this, and I mean this in the most personal kind of way, sometimes you just can't do anything. And that's the most heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, horrible part of this disease. And I know Winona and Ashley are probably feeling that today, because I know they were close with their mom. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. And Winona had everything in the world to live for, man. Think about it. She was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame on Sunday. She was rich, she was famous, she was beautiful, she had all the people around her she needed love with, she had grants, she had everything. And it's hard to understand how someone like that could take their own life, particularly at the age of 76, when really you probably got 5 or 6 or 7 more years to go, and you should be enjoying the highlight of your career, and you should be enjoying all the wonderful things you worked so long for in your life. So prayers go out to the Judd family and to anybody else out there during May and Mental Health Awareness Month that is enduring this, is being challenged by it. You can fight through it. Find the help. There is nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing to be scared about. Just go find some therapy. Find a good psychiatrist. Find a good psychologist. And I pray for you and hope you make it through your wonderful day. Besides that, make sure you check out Dr. Josh Claypo. We've talked about this a million times too, and he's not going to be here this Thursday. We'll pick back up with him next Thursday. but he's the best when it comes to this kind of stuff too. So we'll talk more to him about this because the entire month is Mental Health Awareness Month. Make sure you download the Tony Kurre Radio app. The Tony Kurre Radio app. Again, we have Adapter Parish going on today, noon and 8. We have Mission Minded. We have Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top is going to be on this radio station exclusively. You can't hear him anywhere else, with Austin Hanks on Thursday. We have Damon Johnson coming up on Friday. We have When in Rome. We're going to be down at the Jazz Fest, talking about all the acts down there. It's going to be fantastic. So make sure you check that out live on the Tony Kurre Radio app. That's Kurre, K-U-R-R-E, Tony Kurre Radio app. It's a cool little guitar. And if you miss any of the shows and you want to do stuff on demand, because I know the younger generation loves the on-demand aspect, go to Spotify. We have a great platform for them. They actually reached out to us to run all of our shows because we have so many great shows. Go to Spotify. It's free. Search Tony Kurre Radio, and you'll see hundreds of different episodes, everything from Tony Kurre Live to the Kurre and Claypo Show to Austin Hanks to all these great shows. You can check it out on Spotify. You can listen to them whenever you want, on demand 24 hours a day. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you, and I love you. See you.